Hello, welcome to a tutorial video from safe.becausefamily.org. I'm going to show you very simply and quickly how to set the restrictions on your Apple device. So let's get started here and make sure that's focused in just right here. All right, and we're going to start by tapping the settings, and when the settings come up, you'll see that you select General here, and then right here is Restrictions. So you'll tap it, and then you have to enable restrictions and set a 4-number PIN code. It's going to ask you to set it, do it again to confirm, and then here are all your options, and you can disable apps like Safari, the camera, Siri dictation, FaceTime, AirDrop, which is a sharing thing. You can disable the iTunes store, all those things. So this is basically just turning those off to where they're not even going to show up on the home screen. Installing apps, deleting apps, in-app purchases, you can turn all those options off where they just won't work anymore. Also, content can be edited here, and you'll see that there's movies, TV shows, books, apps, Siri, websites, password settings. Website filter is going to be limit adult content, or you can set specific stuff that you only allow. And if you set it to limit adult content, then it's going to say always allow, never allow, and it's going to give you some whitelist, blacklist options there too. Also, your movie ratings are just like, G to NC-17, just like regular movies. TV is what you're going to be used to from seeing on the TV. Your books ratings are simple, no sexual content or allow sexual content. Your apps are going to be by age, 4, 9, 12, 17. And then Siri is going to ask you about explicit language and if it will allow web searches at all. And then this is going to just ask you how often they want to ask for the password after you've purchased something in the App Store. So that if you buy something and then you are in the middle of buying like 3-4 different apps or something, you can go in and say, don't keep asking me about the password until it's been a while since I've last downloaded an app. So then there's location services, which I recommend turning off if your kid is a minor, but you can turn them off for specific apps, and there's options when you turn them off while using or never. So like I say, never allow location access on your camera, never allow it. Some things like Maps and Find My iPhone, some of those are going to need it. Weather usually wants to know your location services. These are all the location service options in your system services. Most of this stuff you're not really going to know what it is, but if you turn location services off completely, then it's going to inhibit some of these issues. But this is where you can have a little more control. And so that's how you set the location services, and then it's going to ask you about all these other things: contacts, allow changes. These are all allow changes or don't allow changes, and so you're going to let them do that. Facebook, is Facebook available, or do you not allow changes? Twitter's the same thing. Advertising, all that stuff. It's going to be the same questions. So, and then you can also set a volume limit, so you don't want your kids to listen to music too loud or whatever. You can set that up. And then here in the Game Center, this is the last part, is where you're going to set if you can do multiplayer games, adding friends, or screen recording. If you want them networking with other kids or people while they play games, then you can do that. And then to disable the restrictions, it's going to ask for that passcode. And then it's disabled. Then I just enabled it, and it wants. And if you do that, if you disable the restrictions, it's going to make you reset them as soon as you log back in. So if I had gone in and set all the settings and then disabled, it's going to turn it all back to on, and then I have to do it again. So it's not the best option to just disable restrictions completely if you are going to give the phone to your kid and then you've had the phone to your kid and then you're going to use it for a while. The best thing is to go in specifically to what you think you'll use, allow it, and then go back in and turn it back off again before they have access to it. So that's the basics, and there's a lot built in. This is going to work on anything that is basically iOS 9 or 10, and yeah, this is going to work for you if you have an Apple product, iPad, iPhone, anything like that. So get in there and get to restricting.